afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, Master of Propaganda, Hero of Reich, Defender of the Fatherland. We're off here to the exciting 1 versus 1 on Langraskaya. Between in the south here, Baron von Kieselberg fighting for Germany, for the Reich, for the 4 Grenadier Brigade, versus Ccarts here fighting for the United States of America and the 1st Armored Division. Having rushed elements ahead, but immediately finding himself countered here by the 4 Grenadier Brigade. Immediately noting here, by the way, recon support for Ccarts. 1 infantry bulletin, 2 M20 bulletins for increased range and increased sight. Kieselberg with Luftwaffe. Breakthrough and Scavenge, and a bunch of infantry and a single machine gun there. Bulletin as well. For Deutschland. We're also noting an early Kubelwagen here for Kieselberg, charging hit. They're looking for some Yankees to shoot down, and there we go. Wiring off the track to the rear. Echelon troops are quickly found themselves under fire here from the MD-34, mounted in the back. They do manage to get into cover as shots go off. Rest of them, though, seem to be sort of initially heading towards here. We've got force here, might also move down on the left flank as well, securing both fuel points in that way. Well, meanwhile, the rear echelon troops are holding up here behind the tractor for some period here. Keep your heads down. 9 keeps them up so he can shoot them. By the way, gaining veterans 1 there. Nice start there for the rear echelon troops, as that actually does give them a slight combat bonus, which most units actually don't, since they actually gain an ability in that case. Kubang moving back straight here for the Sturm Pioneer for some repairs. We've got full screen up. We've got the truck here moving ahead. Might be hoping to remove some cover of some sort. I don't know, maybe some reconnaissance. Who knows? Who knows? Moving over here for repair and at the same time securing. Showing the Americans will be immediately able to rush them off there. Also noting an early fuel cache here for Ccarts could be part of another sort of early scout car play there, which some Americans do love to do. In which case they'll go for fuel cache. In this case though, he's pulling a sort of nice double move, not only securing his fuel, he's also securing his car form, which particularly in North Lancaster is rather vulnerable. So by setting up a fuel cache there, it's going to make it very difficult for Kieselberg to constantly run up then harass him. So a nice double move there from Ccarts, very nice. That'll definitely make a bit of a mess there for his opponent. Kieselberg in any case of harassment. Got the Kuvan repaired. Sturm Pioneer, we've got Ravnev coming under fire. The wooden cart might not prove to be such a formidable bastion of defense there versus the MT-34 mounted there, so they pull away. Rushing over towards him, towards the building, sort of trying to delay the fascists even more, and meanwhile center point being secured. And we got no further troops in the way for Kieselberg. Might be he's already planning to take up for, so I don't know, a mechanized regiment of the battle group headquarters, but there we go. Not loading up, but they are coming under a vicious fusillade here for the Sturm Pioneers and the Kubang. They got poor Heinz, but Jack also went down there. Going for a slightly longer path here to sort of avoid rushing past the Sturm Pioneers again. Though the Volksgunners are ready to get off a good few shots. We've got the larger part that's forcing up there. We're noting he's probably already taking up here, so there's a low unit count for the time being. Of course, as soon as it's done, he can immediately get out an M20 already in part again, due to the fuel cache here, which of course then Kieselberg runs into, and of course finds his cut-off attempt there frustrated. We've got a mechanized regiment going up there for Kieselberg. We've got cancel the Volksgunners, went straight for the Kednaffer, probably on the realization he saw this. He knew what Ccarts was going to do and immediately changed his strategy to react with this. Of course, he knew he's going to be rushed with an M20. He gets a Kednaffer just in case. I mean, he could, of course, just be sort of mind games there, of course. And of course, Ccarts could then react realizing, okay, he might expect my M20, in which case I'll go for something else. But very much so, I mean, that's, of course, more advanced mind games there. But so far, I mean, it's not going to be a bad idea to get the Kednaffer, just in case. And there you go, there's an M20 on the way here. Ccarts not deterred. And certainly one Kednaffer won't be able to sort of single-handedly stop the M20, just make it harder for it to sort of move around here and there. Also got fuel trade on the way there. He could go for a Flak halftrack if he feels really threatened by the M20. He could try and rush for a Puma. Of course, the Flak halftrack can actually also deal with the M20 reasonably well, unless it hits a mine, in which case, of course, the M20 wins, unsurprisingly. Ravnev bursting up through the front door, charging the Volksgunners position behind the tractor. couple on gone, and we got the Kumiak just sort of trying to do something, but not really having much luck. We got Americans creeping up on the left flank, taking away a few points and other points. Lieutenant taking up position there just in case there's some crouch sneaking about, but no one there. Quick Carnata there, left poor Henry and Larry rather mangled. Oh dear, what are you doing? What are you doing? Kieselberg, Scheiße! And Kugelwagen kaputt. Of course, he probably wasn't aware of that, but oh dear. We might get the M20 moving up here and manages to catch the Kidnapper off guard. Risky there by Kieselberg. In this case, he got punished. And of course, CCR's going to do this to sort of basically block the path here to clear out the crew and leave it so he can maybe grab the Kidnapper himself at the very least, you know, deny it to his opponent for as long as possible. But in this case, not quite lucky. There we go, got a quick 20mm flak opening up there on the utility car. We got a flak half-track arriving as well for Kieselberg. So far, CCRs has managed to establish an upper hand already. We got some Pathfinders out there. M20 firing away there. The shot so far having a bit of a hard time penetrating the flak half-track's armor. It wasn't necessarily that far up. There we go. A few scripts going off further there on the M20. A nice bit of damage there for Deutschland. Meanwhile, we got the fuel point here secured for the Reich, while the left one and now the left munitions also falling. Moving up the flak half-track to establish a defensive position. Not a bad idea. No choice of doctrine so far from Kieselberg. We got the reasons with a bit of danger as well on top of everything, as they try to cut off here and deny fuel again to Kieselberg. And there we go, we got doctrine, we got breakthrough here, and we got Panzerfusiliere for Kieselberg. Full unit of those moving out. The Führer Grenadier Brigade was the second of two brigades formed out of the Führer's bodyguard units around the Wolfschanze. It was also later formed into a full division. Little fun fact there. Had slightly different equipment in what he got access to compared to the other unit, which was sort of, I suppose, slightly more elite, though they both of them had one battalion basically formed out of Landsturm, which were basically, well, the predecessor of the Volkssturm, just a bit better equipped and trained, actually. Another sort of militia unit, but which actually saw a lot of, you know, work on the Eastern Front, basically securing positions and acting as police troops and the likes. So, little fun fact there. Flak half-track rushing ahead. No, by the way, he's actually exchanged the crew on the M20, so he's actually managed to sort of secure himself a sector to bazooka, though he's also researched themselves and upgraded another rifleman there with it, forcing Kieselberg here to be careful with this flak half-track, since a couple of good bazooka shots could leave it alight. Pathfinder's following up here. A Kidnapper holding up here, but rather unsupported. A bit of a risky move there by Kieselberg. It could be cleared up if he's not careful. And right now, CCR's got a nice opportunity to sort of basically mine this area because there's no one noticing anything. And there we go, mine going down. Flak half-track not repaired. No further units otherwise for Kieselberg. He could consider getting an officer as well, by the way, to support his troops. That would benefit him a bit there. Next, got managed to get 2 fuel points for a very short amount of time before the cut-off was cut off. So a bit of 50 cover there, raking away at those Panzerfusilier at range.
Capture point is under attack. Ready for action. We're jumping off.
Sneaking over there to take the fuel for the United States of America. Also got an M8 joining in here, the Greyhound, standing alongside the M20 now. For a bit of added firepower, of course, anti-infantry capability. A good counter shot will definitely do Paul Kieselberg a lot of harm. We've got the Flak happening up here versus the vehicle crew. Nice bit of damage there. 2 kills, and then drives straight into the M20 mine, wrecking it. Ultimately, he wasn't quite able to do enough to sort of really recoup its losses, though it did some damage, killed a few people. Still a bit of a blow there. He might be able to salvage some fuel from it, but that's about it. Response was quick. He's getting a Puma now. A schwerer Panzer-B-Wagen up here. We got Panzerfusiliers with Gewehr for the Fleas moving ahead, quickly pushing off the Pathfinders. Meanwhile, left flank seeing a bit of action here from the armored cars, striking an isolated Panzer Fusilier unit there rapidly. And there we go, counter shot leaving almost the entire unit as pastrami. Quite vicious stuff there from Ccarts. Of course, the other Panzer Fusiliers might themselves finding a bit of trouble with armoured cars and quickly engage. We get a Ccarts opening up here from the sides. Not very well shielded or screened, so there might be some chance there. And we got the Puma moving in, might be able to finish off the armoured cars. Scheiße Heinz, shoot! Properly aim. Comes up on the M20. It looks like he's actually pulling back. He must be paranoid here about further mines, otherwise he would probably be pursuing. But again, he seems paranoid. He's already lost one flak half-track to a mine. Of course, he loses the Puma. It's not going to get any better for him. So imagine he might be playing a bit cautiously there with his schwerer Panzerspielwagen, not intent on having it knocked out of the wall.
Stand ready.
In the meanwhile, the rest of the troops pulling back here. The Panzer Fusiliers took quite a beating. Also got Mr. Ccarts infantry pulling back together as well, though not looking very much veteran either, except for the crews. So far, the most veteran infantry, anything that resembles it, are the rear echelon troops. Vehicle crews gain so much experience, it's pretty much pointless for them to sort of tell what he does. They might as well not have any veterancy. Since also basically doesn't do much for them. And ultimately, again, I mean, they'll get veterancy free in like 0 seconds. Minor counterattack coming from the Student Pioneers, breaching through the cover. They're staying a bit too much out there, but it's engaged the lieutenant and friends. And ultimately, they take too much damage in the process. Not really good executed assault there by Kieselberg. He should definitely, again, consider getting officers out to support his infantry. Would definitely boost the Panzer Fusiliers, but also the Volkskriegs and the Student Pioneer. Further engagement here. Pulling back here, even as the Greyhounds advance. Which could obviously got a few targets there for the Puma. Need to keep supporting the infantry, of course, need to be careful he doesn't get hit by the rifleman's anti-tank rifle grenade. There we go. Looks like they won't be able to fight. We've got smoke popping here. Kieselberg seeming awfully nervous here, a bit rattled. Meanwhile, fresh assault going up the left flank. Rifleman with bazooka supporting the lieutenant's push. No further sign of tech on any other units from Kieselberg. And there we go, armoured cars striking again. Puma taking a bit of damage here. Oh, counter shot, almost getting the entire Panzer Fusilier unit. And there we go. Greyhound out of control. Vehicle crew belly makes up. We got the rifle moving up. Panzer Fusilier needs to get away. Get away. Might be too late here as we got the M20 moving in as well. You got the Ccarts coming there. Go Panzer Fusiliers wiped out. I mean, you got Kieselberg here in a bit of a bind. He's barely got any territory left. He's suffering some nasty losses. He's getting some damage done to Ccarts in the process, in wiping some of his units, but still it's looking a bit harsh there. And there we go. Ccarts runs off here with Kieselberg's Raketenwerfer, thus gaining another anti-tank weapon. Also noting, by the way, he's already teched up. We got a Jackson on the way here for Ccarts, whereas Kieselberg is still stuck here with a mechanized regiment headquarters and a single Puma. So in that regard, he's not got quite as much to show there in terms of teching compared to his opponent. Leaving him perhaps feeling a bit left behind there.
A capture point.
Gather round and listen up, men.
Awaiting orders.
Getting that M20 repaired.
Complete. Crew ready. Armor car ready for action.
Mission complete.
You got Kieselberg here spreading up, desperately sort of trying to push out, gain back territory, which of course can allow him more options to sort of break through, but of course also open up for options where he basically gets cut off and have his units murdered. So a bit of a risky move there by Kieselberg. So there you go, M20 in the fire here, even as Jackson arrives, Puma strikes in. Keeps missing now. Come on, Heinz, you're German. Try to hit. But rather than trying to get off of Bazooka, then we got Sturmpires moving in though to cover here. Rather than going to get caught out in the open, Sturmgewehrs and the K9 take care in the Panzerfusilier. Even got an anti-tank rifle grenade going off there on the Puma. Bad combo there, Bazooka and anti-tank rifle grenade. Puma already down to half health. And we got that Jackson moving in. Not looking too positive there. And meanwhile though, time for the mid-game analysis. Current situation is Kieselberg. He's managed to push back, but still the situation is looking a bit dangerous. He's going up versus armoured cars, Jackson's infantry with a bit of variety of weapons there, and he's only got a few units sort of left as well, some Panzerfighters, some Volksgrenadiers, some Sturmgewehrs and a single Puma. It's not quite on the same level, and he's certainly risks taking heavy casualties in the process. I mean, you should definitely consider maybe taking up, you know, setting up a spare Panzer at quarter, maybe using to cover the fuel point up there would do him a lot of good, would make it much more difficult for CCRs to constantly run about, harassing the fuel point for starters. Another option, and they could also allow for Obersoldaten later on, maybe a Panther. He could also then consider maybe gaining a Sturm officer to that way, you know, boost the nearby infantry. Again, also the officer himself is also pretty decent as a fighting force. So that would very much work out for him. Or he could just consider trying maybe getting more Pumas, maybe another Flak half-track to support it all. Either of those two options would be pretty decent. Maybe also consider using breakthrough tactics to that way quickly harass and disengage a lot of territory from CCR's control. That way leaving him a bit more staffed on resources, which would definitely be to the advantage of Kieselberg as much as possible. For CCR's, Jackson overall's a good move. He should consider getting more infantry. Not necessarily getting more bazookas, though he could consider upgrading them with Browning automatics to sort of further help punish Kieselberg's infantry. That would be a good strong move. He could also consider saving up basically for the airdrop combat group, anti-tank guns, paratroopers with good weapons. That way could also apply some nasty pressure there to Kieselberg. Otherwise, you know, keep up the strategy here as much as possible, because so far it's actually doing reasonably well there versus Kieselberg. So back to the fight here. Also a Ken there for the drop right at the entrance. And thus, in these cases, it actually becomes impossible to pick up. It's a bit of an annoying bug. It rarely happens, but it can happen. Unfortunately. Major here in a lot of trouble. As Volksgrenadiers flying in here, aiding the Panzerfusilier, veterans you want. Sturmpires leading assault on the vehicle crew, which definitely does not stand much of a chance here of throwing back the Sturmpioneers, even with their grease guns. Good progress here, making on left flank again. She should consider breakthrough tactics. Falling back a bit there. He's also got resources via the Sherman or the Scott, but again an air combat group with ground with a lot of infantry he's lacking, plus have it upgraded and of course provided with an anti-tank gun. Overall, not a bad deal, though a bit on the expensive side of things. Panzer coming from the south. We got the Lieutenant here in trouble. And we got the Scout here attacking. We've got the Jackson supporting it, though there's not really much here for the moment for the Jackson to deal with, except that one Puma. That one Puma. Quickly running position here. We got another fuel point back there for Kieselberg. All of a sudden the tides have turned against CCR, so they're probably going to be because he's saving up so much manpower. Quick Scott or Sherman could probably make things ugly here for Kieselberg. So of course I have to see how that further develops. But again, it seems very much like it's going to get that. Not really much other reason to save that much manpower. And there we go. Airdrop comic group available. Come on, CCRs, you've saved up for it. Now use it. Puma get fixed right here. Units ready. We also got a medikits there being dropped by the Sturmpioneers. Good move there. Good move there. Unique ability. Also a bit rarely used. Also a bit rarely used.
Americans are making a push. Send your orders.
So there you go. A nice bit of healing there applied to different troops. And there we go, the airdrop combat group arrives here for CCRs. Lieutenant in a pretty poor state. And there you go, we got the paratroopers dropping in. Thompson submachine guns, and what else do we got? Bazookas. Nice little combo there. Close quarters action plus bazookas for some anti-vehicle action, thus increasing this overall number of bazookas to 4. You still got plenty of munitions. You got the Puma trying to do something, but ultimately the range of the Jackson, plus by the way support here by the M20, which with the bonuses it gets from his and the veterans, and I do believe actually possesses enough sight range to actually ensure the Jackson can take full advantage of its range, so that way actually be able to hit a target before it gets close like the Puma, making it a very difficult opponent there to deal with for Kieselberg. We even got a tip strike then, and it completely wipes out the Kieselberg and its crew, nicely called in there by the Pathfinders. A devastating blow there to Kieselberg. And what do we have arriving there? A third Panzer Fusilier unit. A third one. Bit of an interesting move there. Part of me would have liked to see the officer instead take more out of the rest of his units rather than just throwing in more direct infantry that way. There you go. Pedro quick calling a grenade, blowing apart the cover, though there's still craters here plenty from the Pathfinders artillery calling. You've got Pedro in here trying to get the Puma, but moving in a bit too close there and quickly gets shot down here by Panzer Fusilier and the Flak emplacement. Lots of sort of shifts there in map control. Who dominates the map? First Ccarts, then Kieselberg, then back to Ccarts, and who knows how many more shifts in tides there will be like that.
Stand ready.
Getting closer to Vetchi 2 for these gentlemen.
Good to go.
Contact! Enemy infantry in force!
And looks like we might see something happening here. He's going for a battle group headquarters of all things. A battle group headquarters. Not what I expected. But there you go, and we also got another M8 here for Ccarts. Clearly he's not feeling too worried about enemy armor, otherwise he probably wouldn't be going for another M20 M8 when he's already got a Jackson and M20 there. Oh, that was just very specific and sort of resorting to a much more mobile strategy where the armored cars basically act as the eyes and ears of the Jackson, allowing it to use its full range, but of course also act as targets, and that can also of course be used to quickly clear out the infantry. Ultimately also forming a rather mobile group. So of course that's something of an interesting idea there to note. But ultimately I don't know if that was what Ccarts was thinking. Kieselberg's infantry here getting slowly overwhelmed. We've done, we've got some Vetchi 2 Panzer Fusilier here. And they might get the Pathfinders here. A blow there to Ccarts' force structure. Even as the Lieutenant and the paratrooper shot straight into those Panzer Fusilier, clearing it up close. And we can actually see the entire front line with that collapses. As Kieselberg clearly feels himself intimidated here by this large force of infantry, heavily equipped with the finest and automatics. Oh, we might get the Panzer Fusilier unit hit down as well. Veterans too. Okay, and he's getting a Jagdpanther 4. He's getting a Jagdpanther 4. Rather risky endeavor there. And there we go, Panzer Fusilier taught. But a Jagdpanther 4. Clearly, Kieselberg is not confident in his ability to get out, let's say, a Panther instead. And taking up for that. Instead, relying on the Jagdpanther 4. Clearly, Kieselberg is desperate. Sadly, also did not manage to salvage any of the Vexy, neither the Flak half-track or the M8, missing out on 10 fuel there. And allowing, well, at least he's got to clear out one wreck, he's probably not seeing the other. Puma there, popping smoke. Veterans too, though, small victory. Jagdpanther 4 almost there, almost. And there we go, Jagdpanther 4-70B, although the actual technical designation was actually Panzer 4-70. VOA. We got the Jackson there on the run for the Jagdpanther. The Jagdpanther continues pursuing. There's going to have a bit of a hard time there since it's Jackson with the armored cars nearby will enjoy the sight range advantage, though it is heavily damaged, so we do see Ccarts pulling back. Got Panzer here being engaged. There we go. Ow! Cancels around, almost knocks out the entire unit. By the way, has managed to secure themselves a bazooka from some poor bastards. Looks like the remaining riflemen that were left there for Ccarts bit the dust, but not the bazooka. And there you go, two strike going in the Volkswagen Veterancy 4. Panzerschreck, Scheiße! Get out of the building, men! Nein! And there you go, utterly wiped out.
Hostile fire! Hostile fire!
Utterly wiped out. Fuel cache is on fire. Rarely a good sign, by the way, for fuel cache. And probably not very safe to hold a camp around either. Looks like, oh, almost looked like here the Pathfinder's actually been able to kill themselves with a bazooka.
Keep your heads down!
Silly that.
For battle!
We got the Puma moving forwards, getting off a quick hit there on the M20. Veterancy, by the way, we get the Jackson getting off a hit in return. Veterancy 1, arm piercing rounds up. We got the Jagdpanther 4 rolling ahead as well there with its high velocity 75mm gun.
Enemy infantry!
Same as the Panther. Jackson moving in, they're coming under fire. Got the Jackson there falling back, but incredibly close there to Veterancy 2. Meanwhile, paratrooper dealing with the Panzer. The Panzer are making a good fight there for themselves. Veterancy 3! Achtung!
Under attack! Grenadiers ready.
Jackson M20 being repaired. We got the M8 moving up. They're getting off some shots on the Volkswagen dealer. And the Puma is ready to fight once more. Again there for joining in. We got Kieselberg moving up the center. Light action on the flanks. Grenades are taking out 1/3 of the Panzer with bazooka. And there we go. Bazooka shots then hitting the Jagdpanther 4. Jackson could try and fire back here now. Puma moving ahead. Anti-tank gun dropped down but not recruited. We almost got the Puma down. Almost. Jackson there, and we got artillery going down by the looks of it as well. Though it seems like the Pathfinders bit the dust in the effort, or maybe it was the Major calling it in, either way. In this case, it looks like it's just been decoy smoke. Veteran 2 for the Jackson, Veterancy 2, increased accuracy and rate of fire, making it notably more lethal for any German vehicle or Jagdpanzer.
Prepare to execute.
Men, eyes up! Aufgepasst!
Point taken!
Second Steel and Pioneer unit.
Puma, ready.
An interesting decision by this point in the game there from Kieselberg. Might be to help speed up repairs, but at the same time it's interesting he's not just moving over there where the Pioneers could sort of help further, though they are still there. Looks like we got CCRs moving ahead again. They should be careful to not move the Jackson ahead there with his light vehicles. They're still basically doing the spotting for the Jackson to allow it to take full advantage of its range, and that way the most of its striking power.
A resource sector has been cut off from our supply chain.
Another Panzer Fusilier unit there, pushed off.
Incoming rockets!
There you go, got an attack going in there. Again there for falling back at first shot. Scheiße!
Our supply line.
This is too dangerous! We've got Volkswagen charging into the submachine gun equipped paratroopers, hardly the wisest idea. Then we've got Panzer Fusiliers, Steel Pioneers moving in. Again into the jaw of the line here, the paratroopers, the submachine guns. Chomps and tank through those Panzer Fusiliers in short order. Another unit wiped out here at 4.
Americans are making
Kieselberg here, the lieutenant taking care of some Panzer Fusiliers again. Another unit wiped out. We got Veterancy 4 here, increasing their lethality with some higher range, allowing them to fight for a more safe distance. Greyhound heavily down. Still got the M20 and the Jackson fighting. Still not recruit the anti-tank gun, which is dropped in by the way. And we got the Jagdpanther 4 incredibly close to Veterancy 1. Not that it'll do it an awful lot here in the fight. CCR still maintaining a good grip here on the field against Kieselberg. His Jagdpanther 4 not quite producing the results he might have hoped for, not leading to immediate German victory. There we go. He's found also recruit the anti-tank gun, Mr. Ccarts. Smoke screen from the M20 covers retreat of the Jackson. Anti-tank gun sitting up. Now things might be a bit more dangerous here for Kieselberg. There you go. Puma takes a hit. And there you go. Puma kaput. Veteran for 3 Puma on fire. Jackson, though, heavily damaged. Needs to be careful. Ow! Lost it. He lost it to the Jagdpanther there. Bit too slow. Perhaps he wasn't paying attention either way. The Jagdpanther scored a kill there for Deutschland, leaving the crew to slowly roast inside the burning wreckage. And we got actually the Jagdpanther for camouflaging. Okay, moving ahead there, taking heavy fire, and there we go. Jagdpanther 4 gets it, gaining battery 2, improved optics and armored skirts, shoots up. Meanwhile, dealing with the punch release, having dropped their bazooka. They apparently picked up. Apparently, several of the panzers now have bazookas they picked up from some poor bastard. And he actually lost the veteran to 4 panzers, including another unit as well. The losses are really piling up here for Kieselberg. He's still, folks, I'm not used breakthrough either. Now, of course, the bloody question is what we'll do. We know what Ccarts will do because he'll just call in another drop combat group, allowing him more paratroopers here, more submachine guns, and another pair of bazookas. That's a coinky dink. Definitely quite a bit of assault power there now for Ccarts, including with these veterans 2, close to veterans 3, and of course quite a bit of bazookas there as well. And of course at the same time it caused a bit of a problem here for Kieselberg, since the Jagdpanther was absolutely useless versus infantry, and his infantry is currently itself in a bad state versus Ccarts infantry, so it's not really a good situation here for Kieselberg. Not a good situation at all. Still up on here, charges straight into the paratroopers. A good grenade in the right spot could do a lot. And there we go. Veterans 3. Anti-tank gun merrily blasting away as well. Jagdpanther 4 sneaking forwards. And there you go. Kieselberg surrendered. Kieselberg surrendered. A loss there for Germany. A victory for the United States of America. I think a part of the problem here was basically how Kieselberg used his Puma-Jagdpanther 4 combo, though, of course, the argument can always be made he really shouldn't have bothered with it in the first place. He should have tried to train for a Panther or gotten more Pumas. I do feel like, though, he didn't really use the Puma to the full extent. He tried not, for example, to make any aimed shots on the Jackson, you know, flanking it, using aimed shot, leaving its gun there in an awkward position, allowing the Jagdpanther 4 to maybe move in a strike or something else to move in a strike. So that could maybe have been done a bit better there, I feel, for Kieselberg. He also made very little use of his abilities. He just called in Panzer Fusiliers, no officer, no breakthrough tactics. That was definitely something I felt there was rather lacking from Kieselberg. Definitely lacking. Ccarts in the hand make good use of his doctrine, good use of his abilities, good use of his vehicles, good use of their sort of combo of the Jackson, the M20 with veterans with abilities, allowing it to make full use of its range without endangering itself. Good job there. Good use of the paratroopers. Could have used the anti-tankers a bit better, I feel, at times, but there you go. Overall, pretty nice fight there by Ccarts. Not too bad there by Kieselberg either, but there were definitely strategic issues in the long run, which in part can be sort of pointed at not very good doctrinal usage. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this match. I hope you learned something from it. If you did, want to subscribe to your friends, share it with everyone. If not, you know, send in a replay and provide some feedback in the comment section. This is Imperial Dancing. Cheers and thank you all for watching, and see you another time. Bye.